Those recommendations are 5 days a week of cardio and 2 to 3 days per week of lifting. Now, for my dad was a chef, and then he worked on a farm. So he definitely got a decent amount of physical activity, but to go from not going to the gym to all of a sudden you were being told to go 5 days per week of cardio and 2 to 3 days per week. Well, if you add like these, the higher end adds up to more than 7 days per week. It's like our health professionals are prescribing like things that are crazy and like absolutely unadherable, unsustainable, but it is relevant and good information. They just don't really have the time or like the, I guess, like the context necessary to apply it in a preventative stance. They are in the situation they're in, and it just happens to be reactionary, which is unfortunate. So the big problem back in the day when I did this was in 2017, is that some of our big killers are directly related to lifestyle, that being physical activity and nutrition. So we could even put a question mark around cancer. We could put a question mark around Alzheimer's. We could put a question mark around kidney disease. We could put a question mark over all of these, but for sure, the three that are highlighted. This is data from 2014. If we look at 2019's data, nothing has changed. We've known this for forever.
Yeah,
right?
It's going up and to the right like Hex, but for the wrong reasons.
This is going, up and to the right. So like health professionals or like the traditional sources like the ACSM, like the CDC, put out these things like, hey, if you do cardio 5 days per week, it's a good idea. If you lift 2 to 3 days per week, it's a good idea. And of course, that's a good idea. Neither of us are going to preach against that. We're just going to say that does not have to be the case. You can live the life you want to live, and you can live a healthy life you want to live in a lot of different ways. It does not have to be these specific guidelines that I think a lot of people get trapped into. All of a sudden, you pay a trainer and they've got you on a meal plan and a workout program of 5 days per week, and you miss a day, and it's a killer for a lot of people. That is not what it needs to be about. It just needs to be about meeting some targets over a long period of time. Zoom out, right? If you had a bad day, if we're in a dip, zoom out. So again, this is just another quick little infographic. The trend that we are moving up and to the right, it is not a secret. This is a huge problem, and we're hoping that like we don't have any bad incentives at the moment. Buy my supplements. That we can provide some sort of place for you to come and just and talk about these things and give us your ideas, maybe what you're working with. If you want resources outside of the stream, Ryan trains people professionally. I will offer up, if you want to DM me at any time, I'll go back and forth with you. If I'm on my computer, I'll hop on a call with you and just shoot the shit and talk about what's working, what's not working, and what might be some areas for growth. Because if you just look, the information is available to say, hey, 5 days of cardio, 2 days of resistance training, and your health metrics go up. But nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing it. And that's okay. I don't want to be in the gym 7 days per week. I don't think most people want to be. I don't think most people should be in the gym 7 days per week. So there are other ways to go about this, and especially as you learn some of the different big talking points that we're going to go through in the upcoming episodes, you will have like the actual understanding and the mechanism to train yourself and to keep yourself at a healthy weight and in a healthy state for the rest of your life, whether it's meeting these recommendations or not. Lovely little picture here. So one of the ideas here is like, if you want your bank account to go up, which side would you like to have more of? Which should in be greater than out? Should in be less than out? Should in be equal to out? And then what happens in each of those situations? So if the money in to the bank compared to the money out, so your credits versus your debits for you accountants out there, maybe we have some accountants in here who are working on the sheets, right? So when in is greater than out, the money in your bank is going up. Pretty easy. In the opposite direction, when in is less than out, Oh, shit, wrong way. When in is less than out, then we're going to have money going down. So this idea in terms of the bank is the reverse usually for most people's goals when it comes to their actual body weight. So now the in that's going to the body in general, right, is going to be some sort of food, some sort of drink, whether it's Wendy's, whether it's pizza, whether it's salad, I don't care what the heck it is. The food and the drink going in compared to this, remember this part of the energy balance equation, energy expenditure. Let's actually break down what those are right here. So REE is resting energy expenditure, right? So at rest, when you're just sitting there, lying in a bed, the cost or the energy that it takes to keep you living, right? So think about turning the lights on, making sure there's still brain function, there's still system function, right? You're still providing oxygen to all your tissues. You can survive, you can live. So that would be resting energy expenditure. There's also the thermic effect of food. So TEF would be the thermic effect of food digestion, all in all. So in order to digest the food from over here, or the shit, come on, I've never used this before. In order to digest the food and the drink that's coming into you, there is actually a cost. So there is some sort of energy or money going out while you're digesting the food. And the last one, what was the last one? Physical activity. So physical activity can be broken up into a few different ways, but in general, we'll just say physical activity in general for now. We can get into a few into the nuance a little bit later. So any physical activity that you do, when you are contracting, when you are moving, that is costing you some sort of energy, right? So the analogous term here would be money. That is costing you some sort of money. In the body, it's energy, or as a lot of you know, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You've probably seen that meme, I hope. They're pumping out ATP. So ATP is coming in via food and drink. We're extracting energy to create ATP from this left side, and then we are outputting ATP on the right side through a few different mechanisms. So now again, same question from up here. When the food in is greater than the energy out, so energy in is greater than energy out, is the weight going to be going up or is the weight going to be going down? So in this terms, it might not necessarily be bad weight. A lot of people in general always relate this back to bad weight or quote unquote like fat gain. Yeah. We can gain weight in multiple different ways, right? And in general, a lot of times, and the big problem nowadays is typically in terms of fat gain. But we can store it in 3 different compartments or 3 different ways. So when energy in is greater than energy out, that storage is going up. Hopefully it's going to, watch this, almost looks like boobs, but it's supposed to be biceps. All right, so it could be going to multiple different places. When we reverse that, yeah, okay, so this wasn't the most user-friendly thing or app. I might not use this again. When the energy in is less than the energy out, just like our analogous term up here, now our weight is going to be going down, right? We've got more money going out than going in, more energy going out than going in, so we'll go down. And then of course, when those things are equal, they're going to maintain and be the same. So that is kind of the summary or the reiteration of this whole like fundamental proposition that I tried to make based off of that first law of thermodynamics. So if you did not take physics, if you don't know the first law of thermodynamics, don't worry, Ryan and I are here to help. So yeah, that's my beautiful drawing for you guys.
I have no idea if this person is the only one in Twitch chat, but if you are, hello.
Yeah, I know the Discourse Syndicate Twitch does not usually get a ton of viewers. Actually,
but that's cool. We got someone.
That's nice.
Because eventually this will be popping, and we're gonna have to be flying through comments.
Oh yeah, shit! I see there's 2 viewers in there, so you might not be the only person there.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And it's not me because I didn't even load in, so I'm not one of my own viewers.
I mean, yeah, guys, keep in mind, like, when anyone comes to me and wants to do something, unless they have actual info, like, we need to figure out structurally what's going on. Like, you can't rebuild financially until you actually know what's going on financially. Think of it like that. And that's the difficulty in the simplicity of this, is because from a mindset perspective, it is a difficult hurdle sometimes to want to get down in the nitty gritty and understand what is actually going on. Sometimes it's not super pretty. So that's why it is helpful to have mentorship and someone to guide you on how to do that properly, effectively, in a way that makes sense and is encouraging and is exciting, right? Just like the crypto space. If your first experience is you come in, you buy into a rug pull, you may lose that person forever, even though crypto has a lot of amazing things to offer, right? So that's why all these episodes that are coming out, the next one, we haven't really chosen it quite yet, but one that could be really good exercise is about, you know, structure of weight loss and how to structure it properly.
Yeah.
But I really hope the people that were on the last one, because the last one was pretty good, watch this one, because they may be missing some stuff. We may have to recover some of this stuff a little bit here quickly to you know, cover some of our bases. But hopefully they watch this one. This one was shorter, about an hour, I think. So we could probably cut it pretty soon just to make sure it's digestible and people can quickly watch it without too much run on.
So yeah, this show is going to be weekly. This is going to be the spot that we stay in for as far as we can tell. So Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 6 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. Eastern, wherever you are. Those are all United States area time zones. So if you're somewhere else, I can't help you out.